Welcome back, everyone. This is ICNV Drivers Edition. The Z06 has just been revealed, and guess what? I want to get your thoughts and ideas about what do you think is about to happen now. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Z06. If you've seen the Z06 reveal, you already know what happened. A lot of information. If you haven't, let's do a quick run through of it. All right, I'll hit a couple key points and we'll discuss it.
The Z06 was a code for a track-oriented performance option on the 1963 Corvette. The only way you would even know to order it was through people whispering in people's ears, if you want to go racing, right in the box, you want Z06 option and you'll get all the specialty hardware. It wasn't until the 5th generation that we brought it back, and it's become a brand unto itself. You want it to go faster, stop faster, turn faster. Basically, it's the most track-oriented Corvette that we do. Through the 5th, 6th, 7th, and now 8th generation car, we've moved the street car and the racer closer and closer together.
In my quest for performance, a Z06 was the car, which is basically a race car for the street and will perform with the best of the best worldwide.
It's the first time that I had experienced a Corvette on the road that actually rode and felt like a race car. That precision, to me, that was everything.
This is the one that elevates the Corvette brand.
Saying that it felt like a supercar doesn't do it justice. This thing rips.
Other people that we're competing against that are in a price range that is unique to themselves are going to look back at this as the one that changes how they operate.
The heart of the Z06 is the engine. We had mid-engine architecture, which was a big step forward, but we also needed that power. There was a niche following that really pined for the immediate response, the lightweight, visceral feel of a naturally aspirated engine that would exceed the horsepower of the prior generation supercharged Z06. What kind of powertrain would we need to do that? The only way to achieve that is to do the highest horsepower naturally aspirated V8 that's ever done in automotive history. That's what had to happen.
An engine of this nature is truly playing in the exotic space. We had our hands really untied to buy the best aluminum forged pistons, titanium connecting rods, to go to the true mechanical valve train. It is a low volume, hand-built precision engine. The big advantages of moving to a flat plane crank is the mass in the engine that's moving the fastest is much lighter. And in doing that allows the engine to accelerate in speed much more rapidly than any small block before it, and also achieve more than 650 horsepower, making it the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 engine in a production car.
Step on it, step on it. Oh my God! Oh, it revs so hard! This is crazy! Oh my God, it's still going! This is nuts.
Most of us are used to shifting a V8, 65, 6600 at the highest. The LT6 will rev to 8600 RPM.
From 7,000 to almost 9,000 was a whole different range that not many people get to experience.
And it makes power the whole way up. So even when you're up in those higher RPM ranges, you could tell when we stepped into the gas more, you could still feel it pulling.
Yeah. Wow. It's just instant.
And the thing keeps pulling and pulling, and it's all the way to the red line, all the way to the red line each time. You just feel the power building and building and building. To me, it's what it's all about.
The manufacturing tolerances in this engine are race car tight, and that requires a skilled operator and custom shims to make the resulting engine essentially fit net, no gaps anywhere. This engine runs to 8,600 RPM. That's by far the quickest spinning engine we've ever done. And the only way you do that is to have extremely precise manufacturing. And so we ended up actually tearing up a bunch of the back of the car, completely re-architecting the exhaust, decoupling the tips from the end of the pipe, and we shaped the tips like a reverse megaphone. So when the sound comes out, it actually reflects off parabolic surfaces, and that projects sound forward to the driver's ear. It was a huge challenge, but we wanted that combination of sounds great on the outside and sounds great on the inside, and we wanted it to be real.
Hang on. Right there, man. Just gives me goosebumps every time.
I think this is the perfect example of blending clinical perfection and also the rawness that the flat plane crank provided.
The flat plane crank is a symphony.
Hearing the mechanicals work, it's music after so many years.
I'm pretty pumped, actually. That was pretty awesome.
This new Z06 has basically started with a clean sheet of paper. I admire that because they just taken the most advanced design and updated it each time. It is so advanced and so edgy and beautiful.
It's a careful balance of beautiful sculpture and performance metrics. We try to make them transparent to the design itself.
This time, we're changing everything but the doors, the roof, and the hatch. Typically starts at the road. Wider wheels and tires, packaging larger diameter brakes, more traction, more stopping power, better cornering power. The front and rear fascias, fenders and quarters, all the aerodynamic stuff is different.
A big part of the Z06 mission is in its chassis. The architecture was designed to put power to the ground like no Z06 before it.
20-inch diameter wheels in the front, and for the first time, 21-inch diameter wheels on the rear. We want to make sure we take full advantage of that weight on the back end, powering off the line to maximize the traction. The fact that we're widening the tires also enables us to create bodywork that feeds right into the engine's need to breathe and be cool.
We started putting the wider fenders and the wider quarters on it. Then it was like, okay, we got something here.
Like prior generations of Z06, we have an available Z07 package. That's for the truly committed track person.
You check the box for a Z07, you're getting ceramic brakes, carbon fiber ground effects, you get a carbon fiber wing.
An optional carbon fiber wheel that reduces unsprung mass by over 40 pounds.
Lighter wheels spin faster naturally. When you hit a bump, you want the suspension to react instantly. The lighter the tire and wheel assembly is, the quicker it can do it.
And with the optional Z07 package, we've seen a 0 to 60 time of 2.6 seconds.
Carbon fiber is beautiful because you have this man-made material that's incredibly strong, lightweight, giving you that performance feeling. Then we bring the art into it by the forms that it has, and then hitting it with leather piece floating on top of it. Each one of them were like building a small sculpture, and it just blends those two worlds of art and science and craft and quality. You get that understanding that you bought more than just something that's exhilarating and fun, but you also have a full crafted piece that surrounds you. If you take exterior color, interior color, seat belts, calipers, wheels, you could build well over 11,000 different combinations. You can truly build whatever you want and make it bespoke to you. Having something that brings the thrill of driving to everybody in their own unique way has kind of really been the focus in Corvette.
When you're thinking about a supercar, you're thinking about speed, you're thinking about horsepower. And without that, you're nowhere. Good luck.
Thank you, Ollie. Appreciate that.
It's unequivocally a supercar. The Z06 will reward customers that choose to explore its performance limits. And there's nothing more important than that connection with the machine when you're driving something with the performance capability of the Z06.
European competitors have got to be a little nervous. You guys really hit the nail on the head with this.
It's a product of a vision, but our team has never done. Z06 is just the next chapter in a very long book.
Now that you've seen a quick summary of the reveal and what I felt were the key points of it, let's talk about what was discussed. 670 horsepower. Didn't see that one coming. I know I was out there talking about 621, 626. I thought that was a very solid number that we would see out of a naturally aspirated 5.5 liter V8. And look at Chevy. Blew that out the water. What else did we learn? We also learned that it's going to have multiple carbon fiber packages. There's a carbon fiber 1 and there's a carbon fiber 2. Now, if you ask me, I truly believe the carbon fiber 1 will be common to what you see in the current C8, which is just a couple of accents. But then if you saw in the video, you saw the full-fledged carbon fiber center console and so forth. I believe you're going to be able to get that in the carbon fiber 2. And it was even a nicer option. You can get carbon fiber wheels. I don't know about how many of you people actually want carbon fiber wheels, But I think just the fact that you can get it on a Z06 is a game changer. Now, what's another key variant of the Z06 hitting the market, or that you may have missed, was, from what I'm hearing, and you saw in the video, on the reveal, I tried to highlight it for you, it's going to be a low volume hand-built engine, which means limited production. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they even said it if you saw the reveal when they were talking about the exhaust, that it is going to be a limited production vehicle. We're not going to get into the prices of how it's going to affect the market, but limited production usually means prices are going to skyrocket. We also know with the Z07 package, the rear spoiler is going to put down 734 pounds of down force. That's huge. That's a nice step up from the base C8. And for such a car with such performance, we expect nothing less. You saw the Brembo brakes. You saw the upgraded braking. We all knew that was coming. That's a given. It's a Z06, right? But what else is new is they have a more, I'm not going to say new, but compared to the C8, it's supposed to have the most aggressive aero package you can get. Did you see those rear tires? They're going to be massive. What they say, 345s on the back tires, and they're 21s. That's why I'm thinking we're probably going to see somewhere around 12.5, 13-inch rear wheels. They said you got to put all that horsepower to the ground somehow. And then another thing that I think was very key, we didn't really get the torque specs, but they said peak torque will be at 6,300 RPM. That means all the way through to that 84, 8600 range, you got maximum torque the car can put out, and it's going to get there quickly. I even believe you heard Amelia say the car gets there from 6,000 to 8,000 RPM really fast. So that's that torque factor. That's all a product of peak torque being hit at 6,300 RPM. There's no doubt that it's a race car for the street. I heard it's going to be able to take 1.22 G's of lateral force. That's insane. Let me know what you think. Do you think that's insane? You just think that's where it should be? What we also learned is the wheels are going to be bigger. We're going 2021s. Like me, myself personally, I was putting 2021s on my base C8. So even to hear the Z06 is coming like that makes me think, and I'm just thinking outside the box, that when I get my Z06, I'm probably going to look at 21, 22s. I was actually thinking about that for my base C8, but I didn't want to get too crazy. But now that I know that the Z06 can handle it, when I get mine, I'm probably going to step the game to the next level. Now, here's the last thing I kind of been holding back on, but what we do know is that 670 horsepower, you will get full horsepower at a right around 83, 8400 RPM. So that means you're going to get it all when you get to 8400 RPM, and it shifts or it peaks out. It red lines at 8600. So this car is going to be giving you some serious power. I say it again, it's going to give you some serious power. So in conclusion, overall, I feel like it was a great reveal, but truthfully, I don't feel like enough information was given. A lot of stuff went unanswered, and there's questions floating around that have us all technically, or I say anxiously, waiting for more information, more stuff, more clips, more highlights. So I think GM did a good job of giving us enough to draw us in and still leave us begging for more. But let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know where you stand. Let me know if this Z06 reveal truly answered your questions, made you want the car more, or did it bag you up some? Did it slow you down? Did it make you have some doubts? Drop it in the comments. Again, thanks for tuning in. ICNV Drivers Edition. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend. We talking Z06. More videos to come. Peace.